beautiful bookish friends, and welcome back to my channel. My bangs are gonna irritate me. There we go. Okay, so today I am doing my January TBR. It is the beginning of the month, so let's talk about the books I want to read this month and my reading plans for 2021. So before I start talking about the stack of books I want to read, I want to tell you guys how I'm breaking up my TBRs per month. Right now, the way I have it set up is I got a planner, and at the top of every month I have TBR theme, and I pick a theme for that month of books I want to read. So because it's the first month of the year, I am reading standalones. I want to read as many standalones as I can this month. Sorry if I'm sick, if you didn't see my makeup tutorial. I do have the Rona, so I'm just quarantining and doing makeup and things because I'm bored. So standalones are going to be month 1. Month 2, which is February, is going to be only romance. Of course, I mean, it's February, that's pretty standard. March, I think, might be witchy reads, because springtime, I don't know, it just feels very witchy and like, you know, plants and flowers and coming out of winter. I don't know. In my brain, it makes sense. Fantasy, I think, is maybe April's month, but I'll tell you guys every time I do a TBR what my theme is, because I will be doing monthly TBRs again this year. But with that being said, let me show you what I'm reading this month. So these are all standalones as far as I know, put it that way. If there is a second book coming out for them, I do not know. So these are either maybe first in series or standalones. So the first book was one of the most hyped books of 2020, and that is The Invisible Life of Addie Laru. As you guys can see, I have already read some of this. I did start it kind of at the end of December. I am 52 pages in, and so far I'm it's slow going. This is a big, thick book. I think it's almost 500 pages. Yeah, it's like 435 pages. So it's not too long, but the print is very small. And because of my residual effects of concussions, if I read too small print for too long, my head starts to hurt. So I'm going to chip away at this book slowly but surely. But if you don't know what this book is about, and you've never heard of it, or you haven't gotten to it yet, this is by V.E. Schwab. This is about a girl named Addie Laru who makes a deal with the devil to live forever, or until she's basically done living, until she decides that she's done living. And so he gets to take her soul when she's done living, but at this point in the book it's 2014 and she made the deal in the 1700s. So she just wants to live her life free and not conform to social norms, but when you make a deal with the devil, you end up getting screwed. So it's all about that. No one will ever remember her. Like, no one remembers her no matter what she does. And then said in here at some point, someone does remember her. So I'm very interested to see who it is, because I have no idea right now. The next one is a thriller. This is People Like Her, also from Book of the Month. This one is much shorter. It's only 270 pages. This is all about a woman who is an Instagram mom, and someone starts stalking her to the point that they actually see like parts of street signs in her posts, and they're able to figure out like where she lives or the coffee shop she frequents on that street, and like the reflections in the windows, like crazy things that you don't think people would notice in photos, but when someone's stalking you, they definitely do. So like it says, followed by millions, watched by one. This also has dual point of view, where it goes between the mom and the person stalking her. So I'm interested to see if this ends up being like the stalker catches up to her. Sorry, I just lost the ability to speak for a second. Or if like they just continue watching from afar and she never has any idea. So this is going to be good. I can feel it in my bones. Then I have This Time Next Year, which is a romance that kind of sounds like One Day in December, but this one is centered around New Year's, and of course this is like the perfect time to read it. I really don't know much else about this book. A lot of people haven't talked about it, so I think it's just basically like misconnections until they find each other, but I really love the color and the cover of this book. Then I have the Brooklyn 9. This is a middle grade, I believe, and it is all about, so it's written in innings, so it's written like baseball, so like 9 chapters, but over the course of generations. So I think it's following 9 generations of family members. Yeah, 9 successive kids and their connection to Brooklyn in baseball. I've had this book for a really long time. It just sounds interesting, so I think it'll be a quick read for me. The print's really big. So I'm going to read this and decide if I want to keep it or not, basically. And yeah. I meant to read in 2020 but never got to. That is the Lanterns Ember. This is about a mystical kind of bridge, and there is someone who guards it, and it's between like the paranormal and mortal worlds. And a mortal crosses it, so I think it'll be very good, and it's very like spooky, Halloween-y. It's only 385 pages, so it sounds good. It sounds like my kind of vibe, and I want to try and read that. This is an ambitious TBR, by the way, I'm not gonna lie. Then we have the Bone Houses, which I've talked about before. It is about a family of gravediggers who keeps the undead from wreaking havoc. Again, spooky, sounds really good. Just didn't get a chance to get to it. And then we have Winterwood by Shea Earnshaw. I really love The Wicked Deep, and a lot of people either really love this book or really didn't like it. So hopefully I will like it. I do find her writing to be very good. And it just kind of, like, I love the romance that was in The Wicked Deep. So hopefully I will like whatever happens in this one. And then technically this isn't a standalone, but I read the first chapter and I want to finish it. Nancy Drew Files, Volume 2. And I think this will be good to have in between books when I'm not sure what I want to start next, because this is 3 stories in one. So I can kind of read one story while I'm reading Addie LaRue, or in between reading Addie LaRue and my next thing, just to keep me out of a slump. That is my biggest thing this year, is just keeping myself out of a reading slump. And if I can do that, all will be well. I have my new books over here too that maybe I will throw in, like a graphic novel, or, you know, my eyes are up here or something like that. So I just want to continuously read, and right now I have the time. I'm quarantining. What else am I going to do? I also have my Geronimo Stiltons down here that I can read, which take me about 45 minutes to read. So it's all kind of up in the air about what I want to do, but I think it'll be a very successful reading month. I have a pretty decent plan and know what I want to be reading. So yeah, that is it for me. Hopefully you guys had a good New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and I will see you guys in the next one.